the flickers. The athleticism is going to be strong with them here as they get into game number 2. We're going to find out if Twisted Minds can go in with a sweep against a team that's been actually doing really well, sitting at 2-0 right now, TNC Pro team, or can they go to a game 3 as we get a good look at these early rotations this time around. Will TNC step on the gas a little bit sooner?
I'll tell you now, a preamble to the action. Hold up, in mid, Lancey down to half health, wings by wings, and a regenerate on both. All right, looking at Twisted Minds draft all in all, they have less propensity to Ube.
Yeah.
It's clear that in game 1, like, they were built to just go around together, but this lineup, I'd like to see them split.
Yep.
They would need to play the map.
Yes, beginning with outplayed even, maybe. He can be a little more playful in terms of where he positions himself, even during those objective takes that we might be seeing later on. But even in just looking at the mid duos of both sides, both can be really threatening in the early game if they work together well.
Already flicker burned for outplayed. Not wanting to get taken down this early on. So good usage of that. A little bit of a response here towards the top side too. Yawi will find Escalera, but ultimately nothing is going to really happen here until that first turtle does break out. We take a look at how things are starting, some of the early build paths here, Brick.
Yeah, early tough boots too. Outplayed, trying to keep a little bit more safer in the laning. Interesting though to see how Lord JM's the one being stopped from rotating first out of the EXP lane. So there will be some sort of advantage in terms of Twisted Minds positioning themselves though, but Escalera.
Yawi finds him, puts him down to a quarter of his health, and just like that, Escalera has to hold this pixel brush as the turtle spawns.
Okay, right now, holding it together. Escalera's quite low, so he has to be really careful on the approach. And here, Yawi already jumps in.
Oh, feathered airstrike coming through. Lancey gets hit by James. Down goes MP the King. That's going to be a turtle secured for TNC. And the fight continues. James, Infernal Pursuit on to Yawi. The flicker back. He wants to find his old friend, TLID graduates. Yawi bouncing ball out of here. Zyda takes him down.
I wonder why Yawi still went
bottom. 1v1. Kozin takes down Outplayed.
That was a solo kill.
That was revenge from earlier. But Escalera will he be able to find him though?
The recall. Kozin, the smooth criminal, gets away with it.
It was such a close call. But then again, TNC clearly, they're taking control of the early game. Also, despite what we previously mentioned about Lord JM and all that, it felt like it wasn't necessary for him to be there either way because Yawi was just on point with all those Tyrant Revenge, Tyrant Rage combos that he just kept using, and similar to now.
Feathered airstrike answering back, the quick shoot pull, and Escalera gets sent 6 feet under.
Oh, this Koopra's working wonders. Outplayed could be in trouble again.
Harrod with the Zaman Force Kozin dancing, forcing a flicker away on Outplayed. SOD, no one home.
SOD not going to connect. A little bit of extra gold going in the hands here. Kozin, look at that. I mean, based on the solo kill and then that little extra gold on the plating, he's got a nice little gold lead now against Outplay, and there's still focus here. He doesn't have flicker.
And a huge XP lead. Dashes through away from Yawi's jump. Bouncing ball, keeping them at bay. Almost running out the whole gold energy shield down bottom.
Yeah, even the junglers actually. Zyda leading 2-0 in terms of kills is already 1K ahead of MP the King. And earlier, it did feel like Twisted Minds, they were just able to have such a great early game because there was no one to stop MP the King from just getting his farm. He was highest in terms of gold when the game ended earlier, but it doesn't seem to be the case right now. There seems to be a bit more aggression coming in from the mid duo of Yawi and Lancey, so they're able to set up the brushes for themselves, and they're able to position ahead of time, and this might happen once again if they get to target down Escalera.
Okay, they're going to start it here. Escalera might be looking for a kick. Half health on the turtle. They're just going to blitz it though. No really room to just even contest that.
Nice try. Outplay does throw out an SOD, hits someone into the corner. Best stay down here. And look at the rotation from TNC just as quickly going down a gold lane.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just up top near the turtle pit a second ago, but Yawi again, how do you position yourself with your Twisted Minds? Just knowing that there's a threat that there will be another jump.
Yawi pushed the bush, full-on combo, compromising and taking down MP.
Man, this is what we wanted to see, you know, even last night. Right now, Yawi utilizing this coup front to the point, just making it work. I mean, a lot of times he hasn't had to do anything fancy yet either. And maybe later on we see that, but there's such good timing on his setups.
Oh!
Feathered airstrike.
All right, preemptive clear here by Lancy, forcing back Escalera. And that's,
The solo kill!
outplayed. And Kozin 1-1 now, flaring up with the recall.
Oh my goodness. Kuzen just earlier with a solo kill, but
James about to get bursted here. The Rift's not able to take him down. About 5 HP on James. Still 2 up there. That's Lord JM. One more hit. Don't get it. He misses. And the recall by the former TLID champion.
This is the feud we were talking about. Yawi, he's down here by himself waiting for Kozin.
Way of the Dragon, caught in by Escalera. Hajizi flickers through. Finally, Yawi goes. All it took was 3. Kozin drops the Salmon Force and the feathered airstrike. Lancy with the final blow. Up top, Lord JM wailing away at MP. Gets hit by the Spear of Misery, and he holds the brush.
all right. They really wanted to get that kill onto Yawi right there, but checking out the items, still Kuzen leading up against Outplayed, but he's been able to gradually close the gap since he's been getting very important kills away from TNC since earlier. You wouldn't want Outplayed to catch up on this Moskov and open up a lot more possibilities. But still TNC, they have this feathered airstrike too. They can still take control of the turtle pit.
Lancy, well timing that ult. He knows that when it comes down to it, it'll be off of cooldown. The pre-fire making it work. 100% of turtles go into TNC. The kick by Escalera finds sight of the answer to Zaman Force. Escalera goes down. MP the King very low. One more. The bouncing ball dashes through. The surge. Lord JM with the final blow, taking down the King.
And that was the disconnect that we've seen in the past from them. James.
The answer, feathered airstrike. Close combat, point blank, gets blasted by 3.
Going back to the point, that's what we were talking about. Even for Escalera, he was by himself when he decided to go in for that Way of the Dragon kick, gets killed, and then the rest of the team falls apart. So now Twisted Minds finds themselves quite behind, you know, almost 7,000 gold at almost the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, and you somehow feel the difference of Yawi just really taking command of TNC and directing where they're supposed to focus and target their skills, but hold up.
Up top, the Zaman Force used defensively. Kozin dashing back, the kick catches Yawi. He's gonna sacrifice himself here. He goes down for the sake of his gold laner.
Okay, he goes down, pick up here for Twisted Minds. Zyda's damage is actually even able to go ahead and threat James. Now James, he will get even more tanky on this Phobius like we saw in the previous, but so far with TNC's lead, with the confidence they have to move around the map, having 4 turrets down, and again, Twisted Minds has not, they just got their first one. That one does go down. They have to be a little more careful on how they approach these objectives.
That's currently where the metagame is right now. As a Nolan, you're at a very specific position where you're #1 in burst. Even Suyo and Joy don't come close.
Yep, and even when Yawi went down earlier, Zyda on the Nolan, just given this mobility too and his presence of mind, just making sure that there would be a trade, that their gold lead wouldn't minimize as much. They took that turret down bottom, but Escalera, he's here alone again.
Lord JM going hunting, gets pushed out of that pixel brush. Escalera holds the Y brush. The rest of Twisted Minds coming through. That is outplayed all across the map. They do find Lord JM. One down, feathered airstrike, the answer. Escalera down. Already spending the EE. No home for the SOD. And it looks like it's a back for Twisted Minds as James gets popped here, traded out for with Yawi as TNC secures the Lord.
The 1-for-2 trade. Unfortunate that Outplayed wasn't able to land the spear and join that fight. So TNC will go ahead and grab themselves the objective, only using Yawi. So still at this point, they'll be able to make more moves in towards the base of Twisted Minds at this point.
Yep, and they're very decisive. They can just keep going for Escalera. He decided to prioritize the Dreadnought armor and has only recently picked up the Magic Robe. So they can feel the damage coming in from Lancy, who up to this point hasn't really went down yet. 0 deaths also on the Glowing Wall and the Wishing Lantern. So you could already imagine the amount of damage even if you are one of the supposedly tankiest heroes.
Look at that lead
in this lineup.
in the jungles.
Oh,
that's a huge difference and gap that MP the King is dealing with.
Yep, that's 4K. And they are just about to take out all the outer turrets. No Holy Shield as well for this bottom lane turret. Then there's a conceal coming in from TNC.
There's a charge in, he jumps in.
Yawi with a full combo, taking down MP. Outplayed, fighting at point blank range. This is not ideal for a Moskov. They trade out for Lord JM though. Yawi as well. SOD behind Kozin. Dashing through. Feathered Airstrike. The answer by Lancy. James versus Zyda. Zyda versus James. Escalera as well. Might go down. 2 for 1. 3 for 2 currently. And they're going to take down all of the minions, clearing them out. Twisted Minds keep their inhibitor.
There was fights everywhere there. And TNC comes out on top of the fight, and they should be able to get a little bit more here if they can actually put some damage on the turrets. But so far, Twisted Minds does hold on to the base turrets.
Yep, luckily for them, their main damage sources were the first to be able to walk away and keep themselves in a safer position. A well-timed Purify as well coming in from Kozen just to avoid that Spear of Misery and that threat of Twisted Minds getting to take him down altogether at once. And of course, Lancy being just very reliable, even though the Curse of Crow did not exactly connect. It was timed at point wherein Escalera was invulnerable. That was already enough for Twisted Minds to disengage and run away. So still the lead can be still very much evident between these two teams. There is no direct answer yet whatsoever, especially towards Zyda. No one wants to get near Zyda at this point, not even outplayed, and it's a very difficult position for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, a very different game too for Lancy. You know, this time he's a lot more of value on the far side, like we mentioned in the previous game. He's able to pump out tons of damage. He's quite hard to catch himself with the Wings Wide Wings, but then a Purify. And maybe it's going to change a little bit once Escalera gets a little bit more magic defense, because right now he doesn't have, he's only got really the anti-Karas finished, still working on the next defensive item. He might pick up the Athena shield soon, but once he does, maybe that helps. Again, there's a lot of magic damage here from TNC that they have to play into. MP is still trying to catch up as well, does just now pick up the Sea Halberd. So this next Lord, this might be another difficult fight. Yawi's going to go ahead and charge on up. He does have an immortality here too.
Does not go coast to coast, instead trying to protect his front line. Escalera with the flicker and the kick, compromising Kozen, and there's the back line looking for one. Lancy falls. James taken down here. Lord James looking to finish the job. Zyda just roaming around, waiting. MP the King holding on for dear life, and the steal! They walk away with something, trading 3 for 1.
MP got the Lord. I mean, they delayed it for so long. TNC really took the pedal off the gas, but he still ends up getting the retry off. So Twisted Minds might buy some more time, but can they defend against the push that TNC is going to go for the base here?
Yeah, I mean, even Escalera, he's always consistently able to look for the right targets, but the damage is not just there. But speaking of damage,
Kozen drops the Zaman Force, clearing the waves, dealing a lot of damage. SOD coming in, outplayed, clicks it. He's there, popping Yawi's immortality. Escalera with the kick, not before the pop-off. Down he goes, gets another one. Double kill for Mama Coco, as outplayed falls as well.
He's still going. James in trouble. There's Zyda. Immortality popped.
Lord James in the backline punished underneath tier 3, and now TNT's gonna have their way with Twisted Minds turret.
Oh, they have a couple minions to clear out, but this can't be the end here.
This might be it. Zaman Force set in. No minions. No minions. Twisted Minds still live.
They're still up.
Oh my. Imagine Zyda, even in that very chaotic team fight, was still able to look for the right targets.
Another feathered airstrike. Yawi goes down. Hajizi lives, but only for a second longer as Zyda pops him. Escalera down as well. SOD outplayed, holding on for dear life.
It's outplayed, and James left here.
It's over. Zaman Force on Kozen.